it's me, AJ, and I know it's been a while since I made an actual serious video, so I hope you'll bear with me. And I know this is incredibly unconventional surroundings, but it was just such a beautiful autumn night that despite the fact that it's NaNoWriMo and I know I should be inside working on my novel, this is one of those November nights that they're like once in a lifetime up north. So as much as I'd love to, you don't squander them inside working on a novel. Even if it is a novel that's about disability and something I've been wanting to tackle for years. Well, today was anyway, and this video is something that I want to address. And I know there's been a lot of hoopla lately because I've kind of been doing a lot between modeling and the pageant and everything. And I know I talk a lot about advocacy, and I try to encourage all of you to be self-advocates. And maybe you hear me, maybe you don't, but I hope this story kind of nails it home like nothing else. I have been begging, pleading, prostrating myself before the city in which I live for years, since 2008, for curb cuts, for basic accessible path of travel. And I know I didn't even do like the whole, this isn't even a glam video. This is not me getting all dolled up. This is just me coming to you and saying, it works. It so works. And all of you, it works. And you need to believe in yourselves, and you need to find your voice. Because goodness gracious, we all know I found my voice. And you all helped me find my voice with your kind words and your encouragements and all of that. So let me now encourage you. If you're having problems in your city, state, province, country, whatever, come to me if you need to, or write a letter, start a campaign, start an online petition. We'll all back you, because it's the right thing to do. Because I kept complaining for years. I went to town hall meetings. I complained. They were televised. Fellow citizens saw me. I complained. I ended up actually getting told by my local SIL, Center for Independent Living, to stop, to shut up, to silence myself, because that's not what they wanted to work on. They wanted to work on something else. My agenda didn't meet their agenda because I wanted access for all and they wanted to, I guess, collect money. I don't know. And me making a fuss stepped on toes. And sorry, but civil rights are civil rights. And we're all entitled to them. And so when people say that maybe we feel a sense of entitlement to access, maybe we should. To access. Because we are entitled to access. We're entitled to independence. We are entitled to normality. We're entitled to get up in the morning, get dressed, take a shower, oh, other way around, unless, hey, that's how you roll. Don't judge. Do whatever it is you do. Eat your Wheaties, don't eat your Wheaties. Have a protein bar. That's what I do. Roll out the door. Take your cane out the door. Take your walker out the door. Take your scooter out the door. Take your white cane out the door. Take your companion animal out the door. Put in your hearing aids. Whatever it is, bring your interpreter out the door. Whatever it is you need to do to get out the door and live life fully and completely. You're entitled. And maybe it's time we start looking at it that way. There have been too many cases where we have been robbed of that entitlement. Try Googling the fistful of dollars ADA case. That's all I'm gonna say. Where a person was actually denied their civil rights and their right to sue under the ADA or ADAG because of one person's celebrity status. Celebrity status. Never gotten anyone out of trouble before, right? No. Just recently, if you've been following the news, a gentleman by the name of Darcy Neal, and that's spelled D''ARCEE, last name NEAL, was flying United Airways. He's from Washington, D.C., where I used to live. And they lost the aisle chair, and he had to sit there for a half hour, desperately having to go to the washroom. Well, they didn't bother to inform him of his rights under the Air Carriers Access Act. He wasn't even aware of the Air Carriers Access Act. He didn't even know it existed. We aren't even informing each other of these laws. First of all, in the United States, HAVA, Help America Vote Act. In the next year or more, you need to know this. Help America Vote Act. Learn it, memorize it, love it, practice it. Whether you need it or not, use your ballot marking device. Use your special. Demand it be turned on, tuned up, and turned in. HAVA is important. Next, Air Carriers Access Act. That is the ADA for the air. And all of the bull caca they try to tell you about having to, oh, you have to schedule your plane X amount of days in advance. No, you don't. Read it. Plus, most planes must now be equipped with a fully wheelchair accessible washroom with an onboard wheelchair that you're allowed to use. And if there isn't one, then there must be still an onboard wheelchair that you can use, that the flight attendant straps you into, and that you are free to use anytime while you are aboard that plane. It should never get to where Mr. Neal had to crawl at the end of his 5-hour flight because he had to use the washroom after waiting a half hour because they lost the aisle chair. These aren't atrocities from the 1950s. These are atrocities from last week. Meanwhile, I have an entire neighborhood full of brand new curb cuts that prove knowing those laws, exercising those laws, and being the squeaky wheel works. Everybody, we are a team. Let's do this. If I can do it, anybody can. And if any of you remember how I broke my neck because a hotel decided that the ADAG, the Americans with Disabilities Act, accessibility guidelines, don't matter. Broke my C5, 6, and 7, had to have a complete reconstruction with cadaver and plates and screws and a cage. I just found out that I have to have that replaced every 5 to 7 years for the rest of my life, have it refused higher until I am completely fused. Nodding as little as I can will be a thing of the past. And all of you know I have glaucoma, so I have no peripheral vision, and I'm in a wheelchair. That's my reality for the rest of my life because of ADA violations. Are we going to stand up and take it? Or sit down and take it? Or stay seated and take it? No. Whatever. Advocacy works. Let's do this. Let's get empowered. Let's learn the laws, because I know you all can. And if any of you have any questions, please feel free to come to me, because I am AJ Bray, signing off. But before that, stay informed, stay interested, stay intrigued, but as always, stay sexy. Mwah. And stay loud and proud. I love you guys.